Hi guys, I'm Ashley J. Welcome to my channel. I'm really excited that you're here and that we get another chance to chat. So, first things first, when you get a chance, I want you to please make sure you like and share this video as well as subscribe. Hit the notification button so you can get notified every time I drop a new video. All right. So I'm so excited that you're here with me again because we are going to discuss a topic I know quite a bit about. All right. So are you ready for this? Today, we are chatting about making a long distance relationship work. Okay? So, as I mentioned in a previous video, you guys like this lip color? I don't know. Sorry, I got a little sidetracked. So, like I said in a previous video, my husband and I, we met online. We were living in two different states. When we first met, I was living in Delaware, and then like maybe a month after we met, I moved to Philly. But that was pretty much where my life was in Philadelphia. I was traveling a lot to get to Philly. So anyway, I was living in Philadelphia. He was living down here in Georgia, right outside of Atlanta. And when we started to, get to know each other and talk and everything, oh my gosh, we would try to see each other once a month. And it was a lot trying to fly back and forth and, not being able to see each other on a daily basis as far as in person, not over video chat or anything like that. Man, it took a lot for us to really make our relationship work. And if you are in a long distance relationship, you know how difficult it is and how trying it can be. Okay. So eventually, once we came up to right about a year of being with each other, we had to have a discussion about what we were going to do because he was getting tired of the back and forth, and he was the one paying for the plane tickets for myself and for him to come to visit me. So he was getting a little tired of that too. So we had to have a hard discussion about what we were going to do. And that's when we decided, that I would move down here. And the way we came to that conclusion, one, he has a daughter that I think at the time when we met, she was 9, and he wasn't trying to leave her. And I actually wanted to move down here. This was one place that I wanted to come to because when I visited the first time when I was here to see a loser years before I met my husband, I really liked the fact that the people that I saw, they seemed very successful, and it felt like there was success in the air here. So I wanted to be a part of that. But it wasn't the right time for me to do that back then. And I was still kind of young. So it was like, you know what, I needed to wait until I had got my feet wet a little more in Philly. And so, we decided that when I moved down here, I would have my own apartment, and we would live separately for a year. And that's what we did. And then after the year was up, moved in together, and then we got engaged, and then we got married. So that's how our relationship went. And I just wanted to share with you in this video some tips on how to make your long distance relationship work. Sometimes it helps to hear from someone who has experience in a certain topic, and like I said, I certainly do. We spent a year of our relationship apart. So here are my tips. Okay. Tip number 1, be mindful of each other's schedules. So when it comes to Tariq and I, we have always been on different schedules. My schedules fit my needs more so than his schedule fit me. So like he's a morning person, so him getting ready for work and everything and going to work, he goes in early. When I was working, my shifts were always in the afternoon into the nighttime. Cause being up 5 o'clock in the morning, that wasn't on a daily basis. That wasn't for me. Now I did it a few times for overtime, but that was it. I couldn't. It was a lot for me doing it for overtime. So be mindful of each other's schedules. You know, that can become a conflict because if you are on two different schedules, it's going to be hard for you to have a conversation and talk to each other. Like we kind of had a hard time with trying to be on each other's schedules because he would try to stay up late with me and then be messed up in the morning when it came time for him to go to work and vice versa. So be mindful of your schedules. Tip number 2, make sure you both are on the same page. So that means if you are in this relationship and you want the end results to be that you get married, then guess what? You both need to know that. You don't want to waste time on a relationship that you're not on the same page. So say you want to be in a relationship that is leading to marriage, but your significant other is just here to date. You need to talk about these things, especially in long distance, because you're putting a lot of time and effort into getting to know one another and being with one another. Okay. And then my tip number 3 is take a trip. Now, like I said, once a month, we really aimed for seeing each other. But you can also go away. You can go, meet up at a place that you agree upon. Say it's a weekend getaway or you go on vacation or something like that. Whatever it is, make sure you guys get to see each other face to face. That is very important in developing your relationship, okay? Also, tip number 4, you want to have meaningful relationships, all right? Not relationships, I'm sorry, conversations. You want to have meaningful conversations because that will, one, help you guys navigate your relationship and know what you are each expecting in your relationship. And also, that's how you get to know somebody, by having meaningful conversation. Like, you ask those simple questions like, oh, what's your favorite color? Or, I don't know, another simple question is, what's your favorite food? You can ask those questions. It's good to know those things, but you need to know that person on a deeper level. Like, hey, so what's your plans in 5 years? What's your plan a year from now? You need to ask serious questions so you can know the person that you're dating. Okay? Also, tip number 5 is know your partner's routine. You can be in a long distance relationship and you depend so much on the phone calls that you get from your significant other that sometimes if you don't know the routine of your partner, you can miss those calls. And maybe say you're in 2 different time zones. By the time you see that they called, your significant other is sleeping or at work, or you're going to sleep, something like that. And also you need to know what their routine is, because when you get together, you already know what they're going to do or what they need to do. Okay. And also, I talk more about this on my blog. I have a page, a post that I wrote about this very topic. So you can go there. It's ashleyj.com and look it up, read it. Also, so the next tip, we're moving on. Tip number 6, have fun. When you get together, do not just have those meaningful conversations. You need to have fun with each other. That's another great way of developing your relationship, is having fun. So do something. Get outside the house or hotel or whatever and do stuff. Explore. Have fun with one another. All right? Tip number 7. Be honest. This kind of coincides with making sure you guys are on the same page. But whatever the case is, you have to be honest with each other. All right? Honesty is what works best in these type of situations, because like I said before, you don't want to waste each other's time. So if there's something going on with your partner that you don't like, you need to be honest and tell them that. Let them know that you don't like this specific action that they're doing. And then you also need to be honest and tell them if the relationship is not going to work. Don't let the relationship drag on for a long time and you guys hate each other's guts because somebody is scared to say what they really want to say. Be honest. Also, tip number 8, be positive. I know how trying it is to be in a long distance relationship. It's trying when you are in any type of relationship. But long distance, it's a different type of situation. So instead of thinking about, man, my partner, my husband, man, my husband, he's all the way in Georgia and I'm up here in Philly and this is irking me. I can't do this. Change your thinking. Say, you know what, but one day we're going to be together and we're going to be able to, we're going to rock out and be good. Okay. This is just a training ground. Okay. Tip number 9, you want to talk about what's next. So what's next for you guys in the future? Is the next step to get married? Is the next step to just move in with each other? What's your next step? That's what you want to discuss. And also, this is something that can wreck any relationship, but it can definitely wreck a long distance relationship. You must have trust. Trust is key because you don't know what they're doing when you're not on the phone with them, and you know their routine, but you're not with them. You don't know what could be going on. You have to trust that your partner has your best interests at heart and that you are their top priority if they don't have any other priorities like children or whatever. And you also have to trust that they have to trust that you have their best interests at heart. Okay? So you have to build your trust. And those actions before, those tips that I gave you before you get to trust, that's going to help you build the trust with each other in the relationship. All right? So what I want you to do is leave a comment below and tell me if you're in a long distance relationship and how you make it work. How do you make your relationship work? And you could, like I said earlier, you can find this topic, this post on my blog. It's ashleyj.com, and you can read a little more in depth about each tip that I gave you. And make sure you like and share this video, and also subscribe. Hit the notification button so you can be notified every time I drop a new video. All right? So until we chat again, bye.